everybody. Welcome to day, what is this, day 9 of 100 Days of Magic. And what I figured I would do today is pull back the curtain a little bit. And y'all have seen my deck videos, but I'm about to do one for today. I just figured I would show a little behind the scenes of what I actually do to prepare for the video. I don't think I actually have a deck 100% completed. So this may be a long video because we're going to finish the deck and get it ready to film. So let's roll over here and see which all of these are the decks that are in partial stages of completion, and I think some of them are a little closer to being done than the others. I think that this one, Chandler, is probably the closest one that I've got to being done. So let's finish Chandler. Now, one thing that I try to do is I try to do a similar deck back to back. And this one may in fact be similar to the others. So I'm going to pan down here so we can see the cards. I've got it started. Obviously, I'm not finished because I still got empty sleeves. So put those back in there. Now, this is Chandler. Let me refresh my memory what I was doing. 3 mana tab, destroy target artifact creature. So I've got a Lattice and a Darksteel Forge, because that makes all my stuff indestructible, and it turns all things artifact into artifact creatures. Yeah. So, no, all things non-artifact into artifact. So with Chandler, I'll be able to destroy any creature once it's an artifact. So we've got that. Let's see here. These are cards that I just kind of, hey, that might work, so we're going to stack them over there. I realize that's a mountain. Now I've got Ashnod's Altar. That turns a creature into an artifact. Magnetic Mine. Then we got some creatures here. I don't have, as I remember, there's not a whole lot of creatures in the deck. Black Vice. Why am I running Black Vice? I don't know why I'm running Black Vice. Hoarder Dragon, of course, Platinum, Bosch, Mox Monkey, Thopter Assembly. Liquid Metal Coating is also turn something into an artifact. Scuttling Doom Engine, creature. That's a creature, but I'm going to put it down here where I normally put the ramp. So we got, I like to run as much ramp as possible. I say it's possible, but for the deck, I like 10. Sometimes that's not doable. Blacksmith's a creature. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got one more row. We've got card draw. Card draw. Then we got removal. Those don't really. Removal. Echoing Ruin's good, by the way. Not Vandal Blast, no, but it is good. There's Vandal Blast. Tyrant. Shatterstorm. Evidently, I really wanted the damn Darksteel Forge in here because I've got 2. Do I want to run the Darksteel version or the Plane Shift or the Plane Chase version? I don't know that it matters. So that's a card slot that we got. That's the downside of building partial decks and then coming back to it and That's why I list everything on tapped out, is to help me kind of correct that. That way I catch them. Okay. Meltdown. Granulate. That's a win condition. Then we get into our non-basics. How many basics am I running? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 29. So that's 29 basics. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. That's probably about right. 37. Okay, then I've got these three, which are not really. These are kind of artifact tricksy stuff. Now, what am I missing? I'm missing quite a few cards here. Okay. So, how we're going to win is we are going to. I've got 7 card draw cards here to draw me into my Lattice and Forge. I have a Galvanic Key and a Voltaic Key to untap some stuff, but I don't have a whole lot of artifact mana per se. Hellkite Tyrant is also a win condition. Powder Keg. Ancient Ruins is a win condition. So what are we doing? We're turning everything into artifacts and then destroying artifact creatures. We're going to use the key, the 2 keys to untap Chandler to keep doing it over and over and over again. What do I have in the maybe board here? We have Inspiring Statuary, non-artifact spells. I'm probably going to end up with like an even split, half artifacts, so I don't know that the statuary is what I need. Dismantle, destroy target artifact that has any counters on it, put that many counters on an artifact you control. I don't know. Pillage. Pillage destroys an artifact or a land. That might be some good removal if we don't like get our lattice thing off to pop some of those special lands. So that's a definite maybe. Scrap Melter, when it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. That's not bad. There's a whole bunch of cards that do it, but if we're turning everything into artifacts, that's not bad. That's a maybe. Why do I have the Bone Splitter in here? I don't really get that. I don't know. Tablet of Epicure and a Megatog. I really kind of like the Megatog because I don't think I've ever cast it before. And you sack an artifact to give it a giant growth effect. So we need more mana ramp, more artifact mana ramp. It'd be nice to have some more card draw. I have already gone through, it looks like I have gone through the Scars of Mirrodin block binders and the original Mirrodin block binders. And let's see, and Kaladesh it looks like. So the artifact-centric sets, it looks like I've covered them. Except for obviously the ones in our sorting tray here that I have yet to put up. There's all blue stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's cards I haven't put up in their appropriate binders yet. So, let's check our to be sorted box, because anytime I purchase anything, I'll throw it in the to be sorted box, and I'll just get it out later. Overblaze, Comet Storm. Do we care about a Comet Storm, or are we producing a whole bunch of mana? I don't think we're producing a whole bunch of mana, so I think we're just producing enough mana to cast our spells. Oh, we're playing mono red. I know one card that we need in here big time. Going through here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the to be sorted that's gonna. So, one thing that I know let's go over here to the revised binder, and I believe do you have revised versions? I may have to move up to fourth edition. There it is. Red Elemental Blast. Because y'all know how much I dislike Cyclonic Rift. Although it's not like I'm just hating on one card. That chair's loud. I'm gonna have to stop doing that because I know it ain't. It's got to not sound great. So, Red Elemental Blast is good against obviously any blue card, but it prevents that nasty shenanigans from the Rift. Artifact stuff here. You know, I have not looked in the Guilds of Ravnica binder because I've got a lot of magic committed to memory. Let's go ahead and put this Scrap Melter in there. It's a good creature. I mean, if nothing else, it's a body. Pops an artifact. So, let's look at Guilds of Ravnica. So let's see here. Guilds of Ravnica binder. So we cut back to red because it's all in alphanumeric order. Arc-like Phoenix, not really going to help us here. That's a spell slinger kind of thing. Cosmic Shock, instant sorcery, erratic Cyclops, instant sorcery. A lot of instant sorcery stuff because I mean, obviously this was an Izzet set. Lava Coil. I started picking up pieces for some kind of dragon-ish deck. So that's a thing that I may. But I think I kind of want to do baby dragons with that deck. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control have +1 and trample. Why is that 5 mana? Torch Kicker. So let's move on back to artifacts. I don't have a good feeling about this because it's a gilded set. +1 for each gate. Multicolor spell. We're not doing any of that stuff. Maybe Guilds of Ravnica was not the best. What else have we got? M19? M19, I don't think I've looked through there for anything. No, we're probably not getting the best angle here. It dropped 40 degrees overnight here to where we're at in Tennessee. It was like 70 degrees and now it's like 30. It's crazy. Okay. Alpine Moon. I don't know that we need to hose one specific land. Let's see. What are we doing? I mean, our whole shtick is just abusing artifacts, destroying creatures. It'd be nice to have like a dingus staff when a creature dies. So they take 2. That's kind of incidental. It's not. I don't know if that's game winning, but that sure would mean the Comet Storm would need to come in. You know, to kill as many creatures as possible. Shit. This looks like it was a lot of. Do I have Torment? Yeah, I've got Tormenting Voice. Skip back to artifacts here. What the hell's Chaos Wand? Or exiles cards from top of the library to exile as a sorcerer. I may cast that without paying its mana cost. That's kind of card draw. I mean, 3 to cast, 4 to use. Target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. You know, that's weird enough. You're just going to play a random spell, might play a random spell, because, I mean, you know, if you pick a counter spell, that, you know, if you hit upon a counter spell, it's just random and it doesn't work. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your battlefield, oh, we have personalized battlefields now. Fountain Renewal, beginning of keep gain alive, sack this, draw a card. Millstone. Oh, what is that? From Anywhere card? That, Popping creatures, suspicious bookcase. Pendulum. Those are pretty much blue artifacts. All the extra cards here in the back from like the Planeswalker decks. Yeah, rarely ever any of those to fire off. Oh, what else had artifacts? Central. Let's look. Wasn't there an artifact deck in Commander 18? I know there was enchantments. There was land matters. There was. But finding red artifact matters because most people want to do blue with it. Saheeli's Directive, improvise. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of artifact cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them on the battlefield. Put all cards that weren't put on the battlefield this way into your graveyard. Now that's tricky because we have some cards that are. We'll put that out in the maybe pile, because if we fill everything else up with artifacts, then we can get the max value out of Saheeli's Directive. But as it sits now, we have more actual non-artifact than artifact. So put target permanent you on the bottom of your library, reveal cards from the top to the shares card permanent, put the card in the battlefield now. Secretly choose it. Hey, this makes Thopters. It's beginning new combat on your turn. If you control your commander, you get 1 Thopter. Huh. That just doesn't seem very, very ballin', does it? Retrofitter Foundry. See, the one thing that I didn't want to do with this is I didn't want to make this pretty much red Padeem with the clock and it's just. It would be the same deck, but I'd be swapping Mimnarch for Chandler, or pretty much Padeem for Chandler. And let's face it, even though Padeem is the commander, you know what? We're going to run Coveted Jewel. It's artifact, it's card draw. Yeah, it's card draw for just about anybody, but I want to run that just because. Well, just because. I don't think I'll put it in. Hellkite Igniter. Do I want to say that I have that. Yeah, I've got the Hellkite Igniter. Creating Thopters. Flame Blasty Dragons. Skip all this dang multicolor. Bosch. We got a Bosch? Yeah, got a Bosch. Duplicate. Duplicate's a pretty decent card. I know the EDH community as a whole has been playing with Duplicate for a while, but I've just started adding that to the repertoire. I think I just cast it for the first time a couple weeks ago, so let's get a Duplicate in there for kind of removalish, you know, kind of. Let's see here. Mirrorball. Is there an advantage to having a bunch of little mirror? I'm not bouncing it to re-get a whole bunch of mirror, but I don't have any like Anthem type effects to make it bigger. What about Prototype Portal? You exile the artifact card from your hand. So you've got to have a decent artifact in your hand. And is there anything really here that we want multiple copies of? I mean, multiple copies of Platinum Angel's nice, yeah. But we can't do it from the board because that way we could have done anything, but it's not the case. So, Howling Monument? No. I don't know. See your sundial we've got. Scuttling Doom Engine. Scuttling Doom Engine might be an okay body, but I don't know. Okay. 17. What was the Brea year? Was that 16? I think that was 16, wasn't it? I'm saying this like y'all are just going to answer back. I'm going to hear you. Ooh, Darksteel Citadel. Do I have Darksteel Citadel in the non-basic lands yet? Yes, I do. I have the Great Furnace and the Darksteel Citadel. A Trading Post. Trading Post says sack an artifact, draw a card as one of the types. So that's kind of what we want to be doing. So we're gonna put the Trading Post in there because it's not bad. It's a Swiss Army spoon because it's not really a knife. Store Keystone. What's this Keystone? Okay, Assault Suit. This binder's not real full because I think I just bought one of each that year, and Slow Bad? How do I already not have Slow Bad in the deck? Man, that's cool. So, yeah, Slow Bad is the truth in this deck. So I just bought one of each of the Commander decks, and I've used most of those cards, so that's why that binder's not real full. What did we had? Elves versus Inventors had some artifacts in it, didn't it? Obviously, Inventors. Let's see what we got here. Galvanic Blast deals 4 damage. Okay. Make a Thopter. Mom and Dad make 2 Thopters. Ooh. Mom and Dad also say sack an artifact. That deals 2 damage to any target. That's a real possibility, isn't it? Welding Sparks? Man, if Welding Sparks did any target instead of just creature, I might be kind of super down with that. Artificier. There's the Mirror Ball again. They've printed it a gajillion times. Are we just supposed to be playing with the Mirror Ball? It does make blockers. Bring the Mirror Ball out for, like, maybes. Voyager Staff, exile target creature return. It's a one-shot blink. I don't know if I like that. Was it 4? Get out our mirror tokens there. Storm and Walmart, y'all. I think that's it for the artifact dual decks. So, set that right there for now. Let's go ahead and we'll fall to their whim, and we'll play with the Mirror Ball. Slow Bad, though, has to go in. Slow Bad is just too good to not run. Sack an artifact, make an artifact indestructible. Now, granted, this is not probably the most focused What does that mine do again? Whenever another artifact is put into a graveyard. Oh, okay. So this is like the dingus for artifacts. There was a dingus egg that did lands and a dingus staff that did creatures. Mom and Dad, do we... I don't know if we care that much about Mom and Dad here. Getting 2 Thopters when it comes in. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number with mana cost X. So if I put in the directive, we're going to need, what is our highest casting cost artifact? The Forge. So X, every time I do this, X will have to be 9. So 9 cards. And I'm only half artifacts, so I'm probably not going to run the directive. It's probably not happening. Mom and Dad. That just seems like a wasted card slot to me. And I think I already have enough wasted card slots. Now, let's talk about Experimental Frenzy. Because that's a card drawing machine, isn't it? I like the Experimental Frenzy with the in a red-blue deck. Red-blue, what is that card? Sorcery, you may search your library for any number of basic lands and exile them. So you could do a red-blue spells deck, maybe? I'm getting off. I need to focus. But Experimental Frenzy is a pretty decent card draw, so we're going to slot it up and see what it does. Oh, yeah, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So I've got 1, 2 more spots there, 1 more spot there. We've got 37 lands, so there's 38, 39, and then we have our 1 extra sleeve because they come to 50 counts. I've got this box here that I put the 1 sleeves that are left over every time. As you can tell, I'm getting close to being able to sleeve a whole deck because I bought those 2 cases of the same sleeve, and I'm about ready to sleeve a whole deck with them. I don't have Soul Ring. It's weird having a red artifact deck with no Soul Ring. I could have swore I ordered a Soul Ring too at some point in time because none of the local game shops have them anymore. Wonder how that happened. Let's see here. The tray here is generally where because if I've got any of the new cards, I'll typically, since this is sorted by set, I'll look and see if, I've got the set here. Mono red's not a thing that I do a lot of. Let's see. I guess since here we are, and I've got, 5 slots left. I guess this is where we go on our favorite website, EDH Rec. Now, obviously, I'm using my computer to film this, so we've got to do it on... What about Mindcrank? We're not really milling. But let's see here. EDH Rec. And what we're going to search for. Let's see how everybody else has built Chandler. This is about normally what I do is I will see what everybody, once I get to about this point, I'm like, I'm 5 cards away. What am I missing? Wow, Chandler's 18 cents. Ooh. People normally run liquid metal coating and Michaels and Lattice. Imagine that. Pia's Revolution. Whenever a non-token artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to your hand unless opponent has this, deal 3 damage. Whoa! Ether Revolt. Let's see if I got that card, because that sounds pretty cool. It's an enchantment. Ether Revolt. P is whatever, is it? Revolution. I don't remember seeing it, so that's because I ain't got it. That would explain it. I guess that surely will explain it. Okay, put this back up. Now, okay, let's see what we got going on here. Piece Revolution's good. Joven, or Joven. You know, I never really thought of that. He smacks a non-creature artifact. And you know, we can't ever get enough Homelands cards, right? I'm pretty sure I've got an extra one in the old Homelands binder here. He does splat artifacts. So he's a dude, he splats artifacts, does all the right things we're looking to do. Thran Forge, until end of turn, non-artifact or target non-artifact creature is +1, and it's another way to turn. Hey, babe. Another way to turn a creature into an artifact creature. So I do like that. Weatherlight, Thran Forge. I'll bet that hadn't been reprinted a ton of times either. So, do we have a Thran Forge? We got a Thran Forge, folks. Okay. I like that. See, it's stuff like this that really shows the handiness of the website, because I mean, there are how many thousands of decks on EDHREC, how many millions of players on, you know, original ideas are few and far between. I mean, it may be original to us, but Toy Maker, discard a card from your hand, target non-creature artifact becomes artifact creature with power is equal to converted mana cost till end of turn. So we're making artifacts creatures with the Toy Maker. And we'll come back to that. Target land becomes an artifact, and we'll come back to that. Inventor's Fair, I've already checked, I don't have it. Horde Spelter Dragon, I've got. Kirkesh, I only have one Kirkesh, and I'm saving it for his own deck. Same way with Duretti. Manic Vandal. I don't understand the Ruby Medallion include because there's so many artifacts. This doesn't seem like. Cage Sun sure would be nice. Combustible Gear. Karn would be. Wait a minute. I don't know if I've got a. Do I have a Karn? Karn was in Saga and From the Vault. More likely to have a From the Vault than I am a Saga one. But I think that's one of those that everything I've got is probably in use. Karn is one of those From the Vaults way back there. Yeah, just on Karn's Saga. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those cards that's just not, you know, we don't really have Karns just laying around, do we? I don't know if y'all heard the wife laugh. She's right outside. Who? Slag Fiend. I've got Slag Fiend. Ooh, the Darksteel Jugs. You know, we are playing with Miles and Lattice. Darksteel Juggernaut may be a real card here. What was that? Scars of Mirrodin and Commander 18. I know I don't have the Commander 18 because we just looked through that binder. So, Scars of Mirrodin. Darksteel. Of course not. Let's see. Darksteel Juggernaut's a great card, though. It's probably something that I need to put in the, what is that? The Wantless Goblin Welder. Of course, Goblin Welder's sweet. Why, it's only down to $1 now? I thought Goblin Welder used to be expensive. Shimmer Mirror sweet. A lot of these cards I just know I don't have. Hey, there's Bosch. Heartless Hitsugu. People are running that in Chandler. I guess that's a WinCon, maybe? Hey, there's Mom and Dad. Kamal? What? Man, Zozu. Why Zozu? Are they destroying that many lands? Metal Worker. Wow, that's $53 now. Hellcat Igniter. So let's go back up here to... What was that we were going to come back to? Toy Maker from Mercadian Mass. It's uncommon, so there's a good chance I've got one. And I don't think I've ever... There it is. I don't think I've ever played one, so... How many I pulled is Mr. Helix would be nice too. I saw another card I want to read in here. What was that? Shuffle target card in play you control into its owner's library. Okay, so what are we down to? 2 cards now? Mom and Dad was actually on that list, weirdly enough. So let's go ahead and throw Mom and Dad in there. And then we're down to 1 card. I'll be honest with you, I'm really leaning toward this Pillage right here. Really, really. So let's go ahead and get the Pillage. Oh, man down. So there's the Pillage. And we have 99 plus a commander. I don't know. So I guess what I'm going to do differently this time is, since we're going here, we are going to go ahead and sort these out how I would film it. So we've got creatures. Let's get all of our creatures in one stack. That's how I normally do it. There's our creature stack. Oh, those are all creatures. There's creatures. Toymaker's a creature. We have a special kind of category here for this one is stuff that turns stuff into artifacts. So there's the Lattice, the Coating, the Transmograte, the Thran Forge. There's the Toymaker. Toymaker turns things. We have removal. We're going to put all those. What is this? Ramp. We'll put those on the bottom. So we got ramp. Slow Bad's a creature. Ramp. Card draw. Our special category of turning stuff into artifacts. Creatures. Removal. And the rest here is good old-fashioned shenanigans, if you will, to various win conditions. And then, of course, we've got our non-basic lands. So let's pull out our... Oh, I moved this table closer to the computer so that we could do this. So let's pull out our thing there, and we will get closer and come down here. We've got, I generally take, because I keep the Commanders triple sleeved, because that way they know, or I know when I'm trying to shuffle it, because I'll shuffle the Commander in a deck in a heartbeat, and then you got to spend 10 minutes trying to find it. And so we'll put Chandler in there, try to get our angles just right. Put our Chandler deck box behind it. Oh, I haven't assigned it a number yet, have I? Because I normally do that when we give it a number, or when I list it. But since all of us know that 386 was the last one, we know to make this number 387. Insert symbol number 387. And I do apologize that this video is taking so ungodly long, but it's, like I said, it's kind of behind the scenes, just how I go about putting the finishing touches on a deck. An actual solid video of start to finish a deck would probably be really long. I don't know that y'all would care about watching it. You might. Let me know what you think, if that's the case. There, 387, Chandler. So I am all set up and ready to record this video now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to upload it. And then I will record and upload the other one. So hopefully by the time you finish watching this one, the actual deck number 387 will be done. So I tell you what, we'll see you in a few minutes.